Hi, I'm Rob Patton, the Digital Sales Specialist here at Maker Scientific. I'm here to talk to you about incorporating Nikon NIS Element software with the Nikon SMZ Zoom Research Stereo Microscope. First thing I want to talk to you about is using the built-in motorized Z capabilities of the SMZ 18 with Nikon's NIS Elements EDF module, which stands for Extended Depth of Field, or basically creating all-in-focus images for multiple Z planes or stacks. So first I'm going to show you a very simple technique. Here we see we have an image where as I focus up and down, different parts of the image are in focus, and I can't get them all in focus at once. So we have the ability to come in and go to the real-time EDF manually choice in our menu. And I'm going to choose Create ZMap, and I'm going to hit Start. As soon as I hit Start, we'll see two images. The image on the right is the live image, and the image on the left is going to be the image that is going to be created. And I'm simply going to take my motorized Z drive and slowly move down through the Z planes. So you can see the image on the right changing focus. And as I go through the different focal planes, the image on the left is being built into our all-in-focus image. Once I've gone all the way through the sample, I can hit Finish, and I'm done. I've got now one image where everything's in focus. So here we are in NIS Element software. I have a live image up on the screen of a damaged automotive belt, and I'm at a higher magnification range, 2x zoom setting on my scope, but that's high enough that I can't get everything in focus at the same time. So a lot of our customers want to be able to get an image captured here where I can see everything in focus. So I'm going to go into my real-time EDF dialog box. It's very simple to set up. You'll see a diagram down here with a top and a bottom. So I'm simply focusing my image to the top, and I'm hitting the top button, and I'm going to focus the motorized Z down to the bottom, or basically when the last part of the image comes into focus, and I'm going to call that the bottom. I can hit my button here that gives the suggested number of Z steps to use. I'm going to go with what it suggests, and I'm simply going to hit Run. And you'll see the Z moving through, and it's capturing the images, and at the end it's going to create one all-in-focus image, as we see here. Now many will just capture this particular view and save it and send to their customers. And additionally, what we can do with this is we can go into a 3D surface plot view, which brings up all of the in-focus pixels in a three-dimensional topographical map. On the side here you can see in a millimeter scale the depth from 0 to 3.4 millimeters. And over in my measurements toolbar, I can do a simple thickness surface measurement by clicking this button and click on this surface here and this surface here, and as you can see we derive three different types of measurements. The height, which would be the measurement from the base of the belt here straight up to the height of this ridge. We also get an XYZ measurement, which would be from this ridge up here straight down and in the Y direction over to the base. We also get an XY plane measurement, and all of these measurements can be exported to a spreadsheet. So here we have a sample in NIS Elements where we have some shininess. This is a broken gear tooth. This is a common problem with metallic products. These digital cameras have a hard time getting bright and dark in one image due to dynamic range restrictions in these cameras. So one thing we can do in the software is just simply come up and say capture reflection-free image, and this is going to take some multiple exposures of this image and then come up with one all properly exposed image. Of course, the problem with this one is some areas are in focus and some aren't. So we're going to incorporate that HDR with our EDF. So let me go back to live, open my real-time EDF dialog that we worked in earlier, reset what we were doing before, and set my top and bottom. So I'm focusing to the top, hit my top button, focusing down to the bottom, to the last things in focus, and call that the bottom. Use my suggested step size of 6, and this time we've got HDR checked. And we're going to go ahead and hit Run. So what this is going to do is go through each Z plane, do an HDR, move to the next Z plane, do another HDR, and so on. And then at the end, create the one all-in-focus image with the glare removed from the image. And again, we end up with our all-in-focus image. The glare is removed. I can transform this again into my 3D topographical view of my image. And I'm going to show you another additional feature here, in that I can make this 3D topographical map into a movie. As you can see here, we're going to click the movie camera at the top. We're going to engage our director's slate down in the bottom left here. And I'm going to just do some things with the image. I can zoom in. Let's say I want that to happen in 1 second. I'm going to rotate in this direction and maybe zoom in a little bit more and say I want that to happen in 2.5 seconds. Zoom out to another rotation, top view. Say I want that to happen in about 4 seconds. Zoom back out, finish my rotation in this view in about 4.7 seconds, and then I'm done. I'm just going to hit my play button and get a preview of what my movie is going to look like. Once I like that, I can just pause that and save this as an AVI, and that can be embedded into a PowerPoint presentation for a presentation to customers.